So in Psycho-Cybernetics book, which is by Maxwell Maltz, he talks about activating the power of your subconscious mind. And in this video, I'm going to share the most important concepts so that you can take action as of today and start to get quick results in your life or business, whatever it is you're working on. Man does not have two minds, but a mind, or consciousness that operates an automatic, goal-striving machine, otherwise known as the subconscious. And in today's world, using mind has almost been cast aside, right? Most of us are trained as we grow up to take on the materialistic view on the world and reality. And what that view is really a belief that nothing really exists or nothing else is important except physical matter, what we can see and move and manipulate that's in front of us right now. And operating in life with this belief, we relentlessly try and tackle all our problems and achieve all our goals with force by manipulating physical matter, just working with our surroundings right now. But did we just somehow forget that everything that was invented and everything that ever will be invented was first created in the mind? Like, how did we create aeroplanes? Every concept regarding aircraft flight and aerodynamics was first imagined. Or when engineers were first constructing the Eiffel Tower, they first had ideas, then they put them on paper, and then they got down to work, right? And everything in our entire existence was also created this way. So if you haven't realised it yet, you'll begin to realise now that if everything ever created in our whole entire existence is always first imagined, then there must be some fundamental force and power here. Although when we're growing up, we're just led to believe that what's going on in our head in regards to our thoughts, our imaginations, we're led to believe that those things don't matter and that they're not real. But if that was the case, why can we not function without it? Why can we not function without imagination? And why is it so fundamental to creation? So what is this power and how can you use it? Well, this is the power of the goal-striving machine or mechanism, otherwise known as the subconscious. Now this mechanism within us, the subconscious, is impersonal. It will work automatically and impersonally to achieve goals of success and happiness or unhappiness and failure depending on the goals you set. Present the mechanism with success goals and it functions as a success mechanism. And if you present the mechanism with failure goals or negative goals, then it will function as a failure mechanism just as faithfully. So that's what Maxwell Maltz means when he says your subconscious mechanism functions impersonally. Your subconscious can't identify good or bad. It can't identify failure or success. So essentially, whatever consumes your mind the most, is it negative thoughts, negative goals, or is it positive goals that you've got in mind? Whatever it is, your subconscious will operate just as faithfully for either or of these goals to bring them into reality. All of us have goals, whether we intentionally set them or not. So when we say goals, this doesn't just mean, making $1 million or coming first in a competition, right? A goal can also be reaching a certain mental state, be that sad or depressed or happy, right? These are all essentially little goals that your subconscious leads you towards. This automatic goal-striving machine, otherwise known as the subconscious, functions very similarly to the way that electric servo mechanisms function. And you're probably wondering, what the hell is a servo mechanism? Well, in basic terms, it is an automatic device that uses error-sensing negative feedback to correct the action of a mechanism. An example of an electronic servo mechanism or man-made mechanism would be a missile or torpedo. Like, think of when a torpedo locks on to its target, which is a moving boat, right? The boat moves, but the torpedo needs to examine the feedback and correct its course of movements to get it back on track so it can hit its target. This all happens automatically, right? This is an automatic mechanism so the torpedo can go out and achieve its goal of hitting the target. And our subconscious functions in the exact same way in achieving goals. And like any other servo mechanism, the subconscious must have a clear-cut goal, objective, or problem to work upon. The goals that our own mechanism, our subconscious, seeks to achieve are mental images or mental pictures which we create by the use of imagination. All mechanisms work with information and data which is fed into them. So for example, maybe coordinates of a target would be fed into a missile or torpedo, right? And then the missile would automatically take off to hit that target. Now our subconscious works exactly the same. It works upon information and data which we feed into it. Now the information and data we feed into our subconscious is mental images we think about, our beliefs and interpretations. So how would you properly feed information into the subconscious that it will accept and start to work upon achieving? Our built-in servo mechanism, otherwise known as the subconscious, must have a goal or target. This goal or target must be convinced of as already in existence as of now, either in actual or potential form. It operates by either 1, steering you to a goal already in existence, or 2, discovering something already in existence. So if you already have a goal or desired result that you know of and want to achieve, I'm going to reveal to you how to use your own subconscious mechanism to achieve that goal in the most effective way with the least resistance. And if you are yet to discover your goal or desired result, you can also use the process which I'm about to explain for that as well. The automatic mechanism, which is our subconscious, is teleological. That is, it operates or must be orientated to end result goals. Do not be concerned when the means whereby may not be apparent. It is the function of the automatic mechanism to supply the means whereby when you supply the goal. Think in terms of the end result, and the means whereby will often take care of themselves. Many mistake and interfere with their mechanism by demanding a how before a clear goal is established. Now, this is where a lot of people get confused. They consciously try and create the steps into how their desired result is going to be achieved. But that is where you're essentially screwing with the entire system and process of this. Because the function of the conscious mind is to be aware enough to identify an end result goal that you want. And then from there, you can consciously think of the end result of you achieving a goal or desired result, and then your subconscious will accept that and get to work on bringing forth the process on how that's going to be achieved. And the conscious mind will fight to come up with a way on how you're going to go about your life and achieve this goal or desired result step by step, but that's not how it works. With your conscious awareness, you should be selecting the goal. And by imagining that goal as already complete and in existence, your subconscious mind will accept that, and then the mechanism will get to work. So it's absolutely futile to sit there and consciously think of how you're going to achieve something. You're not going to know how it's going to be achieved. You should not be imagining the process, you should be imagining the end result. So here's essentially how this mechanism works, and it's an automatic feedback loop. First of all, you set a hypothesis, which is a result you're wanting to achieve in the future, and imagine what that would look like. That is the very first step. Then step 2, you have your current situation. So this is where you are right now in your life, whatever you're doing, whatever mental state you're in, whatever results you have in your business or school or whatever. And in your current situation, you want to start taking steps and completing tasks that are related to your hypothesis end result image. And these can be very simple tasks as long as they're related to your hypothesis, which is your end result. So if I wanted to start a business, maybe I'd start looking at how to get a website made. As long as there is some type of consistent concrete action in relation to your hypothesis, then the mechanism will activate and start to get to work and steer you to that end result. What's happening here is that your hypothesis, which is the mental image of your end result being achieved, mixes with your current situation, right? And then you start to get to work on that. And after some time of those two mixing together, you're presented with a new situation. And then obviously when you reach your new situation, it's not a new situation. Like the new situation then becomes the current situation again. So this is how it's a automatic, self-fulfilling feedback loop. So your new situation automatically feeds back around, and that's now your current situation again. And you just keep on doing that and adjusting closer and closer towards your hypothesis, which is your end result. And then that's how you're automatically taken there. And nature has evolved to take the path which always reserves the most energy. And it's no different from this mechanism. Paths will start popping up in your life that you could never even have imagined to be an option to lead you to your end result goal. And that's why it's essential that you do not think of the paths, right? They will be presented to you. The subconscious is powerful enough to present you with the path and how it's going to be achieved. And what you observe in reality is not reality. What you are observing is your current internal perception exposed to you in matter or physical form. What you're observing right now around you in your five senses is the materialization of your past hypothesis. So there's no point in taking on the materialist's view, like we mentioned at the start, and trying to, manipulate what's in front of you, move things around, and create what you want from there, because you're just going to get more of the same. What you need to do is really go to the cause, and the cause is the internal perception, the internal hypothesis that you set from your mental images, your thoughts, and then that's going to give you a new situation to observe. Let it work, not make it work, because it operates below conscious level, right? You cannot know what's going on. It's impossible to know what's going on. It comes into operation when you act and place a demand upon it by your actions. You must not wait to act until you have proof. You must act as if it was there and it will come through. So from your current situation now, it is vital that you take action and start stepping towards your end result. So if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and leave a comment below what you want to see more of. If you want to see, growing a business with this type of stuff, or if you just want to see more mindset stuff in general, let me know and I'll make some more content coming up for the future.